What's up, y'all? We have our plays for Week 3 college football for y'all. We are dropping these on Friday. Games start on Saturday, so you have a full day to lock these in. If you're in premium, then you would have already gotten these because we start sending slips out on Tuesday to premium for football on Saturday, Sunday. That's why it's kind of nice to be in premium because you get the slips early, plus you get more slips, and you avoid bumped lines because a lot of our lines get bumped. So, going into Week 3, before we give you the free plays, going into Week 3, we're down 34 units in premium to start the football season. I feel great about this week. Granted, I felt good about the last 2 weeks, and we've been missing by one leg on 20 out of 50 slips. That is 40% of our slips that have missed by one leg. If we get 5 of those to hit, we're in profit for the year. So, I'm very, very excited for this weekend. I think this is where shit turns around. I pray that this is where shit turns around. It's going to be a good weekend. I'm going to tell you that now. Before we get started, season passes, whenever you're seeing this, I'm recording this on Thursday. But on Friday, whenever you're seeing this, season passes will be 60% off with code WEEK3. Monthly passes will be 40% off with code WEEK3. And we will make sure to have that linked below for you. So if you want to capitalize on these discounts, just click the link below in the description and get whichever one you want. The season pass is our best deal, but if you want the monthly pass, then that's fine too. You can also finance the season pass even with the 60% off. So look for that option as well if you'd rather do that. But code WEEK3 for both. They end on Sunday at noon, so you have plenty of time to lock it in. But like I said, that will be linked below in the description. As far as slips today and apps that you will need to tail, use Sleeper code Morrisbros and Dabble code Morrisbros. We will use both of these apps, and we have a free play in both of these apps for you today. But yeah, Sleeper gives you a deposit match up to $100 whenever you sign up. Dabble gives you the free $25 whenever you sign up. So make sure you download both of these apps and use our code. Right now, if you use our code on either of these apps and deposit $10 or more, we will give you a free month of premium. You just have to shoot us a DM on Instagram of proof that you made a deposit, and we'll hook you up. That goes for better picks as well, and we have ProfitX as well that will show you that. We have some straight bets for y'all today as well. So we have 3 free plays as parlays, and then we have a bunch of straight bets that we like for this weekend that we're giving y'all as well in this video. So it'll be a good one. Make sure you watch it all the way through, and we appreciate you. Go ahead and like, comment, and follow or subscribe so you don't miss any more free play content, and it helps boost us out to the algo. We're struggling to get boosted out to the algo right now, and it's pissing me off because I'm grinding. But we're going to continue to grind. Make sure you like and comment something, bro, please. But subscribe as well. That's all I got for the start of it. But now let's get into the plays, okay? Also, real quick, both of these will be linked below. So just click the link below and download the app. Starting off, we're going with Sleeper. It's a 5-man. I believe this slip is like 18.6x or some shit. It's pretty nice payout. Starting off, we're going with Arkansas boys, Taylor Green and Omega Blake. Taylor Green is the quarterback, clearly. We have him for 1.5 passing touchdowns. I think, and I'm hoping, that this game will be an offensive, high-scoring game. You know, like you see like a 35-31, 34-31. Hopefully it's that kind of game. I think it will be a little SEC shootout. Both of these teams are ranked, and both are playing really good football right now. Actually, I like Arkansas in this game on the road, plus 7.5. We'll get into that later, though. But take Taylor Green, 1.5 passing touchdowns. He is a running quarterback, but I think he's going to have to throw the ball in this game. So I'm taking his 1.5 passing touchdowns over here. And then I'm taking his star-studded number 1 wide receiver, Omega Blake, for 61.5 receiving yards over as well. So that's the first 2 legs. Moving on, we're going to Eli Holstein against West Virginia. I didn't want to take a wide receiver for him, but I did like his passing touchdowns at 1.5. I actually love that line. I think Pittsburgh's going to put up probably 40 points on West Virginia, honestly. And if he can't get 2 of those via passing touchdown, then whatever. But I think Pittsburgh will put up some points on West Virginia, so I like his 1.5 passing touchdowns. And then moving on to these 2 legs, this is going to be a sweat, I'm telling you now. Georgia and Tennessee. I think we're going to get a 28-24 game, a 27-24 game. A 24-21 game, something like that. But I do think touchdowns will be scored, and I think Tennessee will be throwing the rock to do so. So I like Joey Aguilar for them and his number 1 wide receiver, Chris Brazzell, receiving yards. So I'm taking Aguilar passing touchdowns, Brazzell receiving yards. But like I said, this entire slip pays 18.6x. So I love it. We'll see what happens. I expect all these games to be pretty high scoring. Maybe this game being the least scoring, but I still do think that there's going to be some points put up in this game. And then definitely in these two games, I definitely think points will be scored in these two games. But they're at home as well. Tennessee's at home, so I really do think that they're going to sling the rock, and I think Aguilar will have a pretty good game. Even though it's Georgia, this isn't the same Georgia defense as we've seen in the previous years. However, they still are very good, don't get me wrong. But they've played Marshall and they've played Austin Peay. So they haven't even played like a real offense yet, so their defense might be a little rusty to start against a way better Tennessee offense than what they've seen. So I like this as the first slip of the college football weekend for y'all. And then moving on, we're going back to Pittsburgh with Eli Holstein. This time we're taking his passing yards and his two main wide receivers' receiving yards. This is a correlation-based play. If you don't know what that means, it means whenever the quarterback goes over his yards, normally his top two wide receivers do as well. It's just kind of factored in because like you figure if he's getting 271 passing yards, his top two wide receivers have to be a part of that. So that's kind of how correlation works. And then we're taking Tanner Koziel. This starts tonight. So if you're watching this on Friday, this starts tonight. So take Koziel. Make sure you lock this one in because this play does start tonight. I forgot about that. But Koziel is playing Colorado. Colorado's terrible on defense. Haven't been able to stop the pass in the last 3 years. And Koziel is the number one option for Houston. And I expect Houston to be trailing this game, actually. I know Colorado's the underdog, but I actually kind of like Colorado with that new quarterback. So this is slip number 2. This pays out 10x on Dabble. If you take this anywhere else, it'll probably give you like 7x, 7.5x. FanDuel will probably pay you 5x, or not 5x, like 6, 7x for the same slip. So we're getting a lot of value here with 10x. So that's why Dabble is so important to have because you're getting way better payouts. So make sure you download it, lock this in. This starts tonight if you're watching this on Friday. And then moving on to the last slip, we have Deion Burks, John Mateer, and Keontez Lewis from Oklahoma going up against Temple. I would say I would be scared of a blowout, but John Mateer threw for 390 yards on Southern Illinois. So I don't think Oklahoma gives a flying fadoodle cake how much they're up. I think they're going to let Mateer rip the fucking football as much as he wants. He'll come out probably in the third quarter, but there's no one saying that Mateer is not going to throw for 300 yards in the first half of this game. And Deion Burks and Keontez Lewis will be a part of it. And then as well, we're going Zachariah Branch in that UGA Tennessee game. Branch is one of the most explosive wide receivers that I've seen in college football in a while, as well as one of the fastest. So he's very agile, very quick, screens, quick slants, you name it, he can take it to the house. 42.5 yards is too little for me here. I would probably put this line at like 53.5, 54.5. So 42.5 is way too low for him. Another correlation-based play here, paying 10x, where normally it would pay like 7x. So lots and lots of value on Dabble. Make sure you're locking these in because I know correlation doesn't always work out, but the value says that we're going to make a lot of money if we take this all year long. So we're going to continue to do correlation play because I know it works. I've done it the last 3 years of football, and it has paid out a shit ton of money. So I'm going to stick with it. I don't care that it hasn't worked the last 2 weeks. It's going to work this week. We're going to have a great weekend. I'm telling you this now. I got to bring good vibes, and I'm bringing good vibes because bad vibes are just, they don't do shit anyways. Why would you put bad vibes into your head? Put some good vibes up there. Lock the fuck in. Let's watch some football. Let's cash out. Let's make some money. All right. So make sure you have these 3 slips locked in, and then we're going to get into the straight bets right now. I'm taking these on ProfitX. If you don't know what ProfitX is, it's another sports book. However, you're paying way less juice. It's peer v peer, so you're playing like another person it's like whenever your boy. So it's like betting with your boy, pretty much. They take the fucking casino out of it or whatever, the sports book out of it, whatever. It's like if you and your friend wanted to go straight up on Broncos -1.5, you put up 100, he puts up 100, -1.5. Instead of paying 110 to 100, you're putting up 100 to 100. You know what I mean? Anyways, ProfitX, code Morrisbros. Get on this. This is probably going to save you a shit ton of money just based off of juice alone. But here's what I like. Broncos -1.5 against the Colts. If the Broncos can't fucking beat a Colts-led Daniel Jones, then whatever, man. I'll lose my money. But I'm going to go ahead and bet on this Denver defense and Bo Nix to take care of business against the Colts. I know they look good against the Dolphins, but Tua looked like ass. And and their defense looked like shit too. But Denver's defense, if Daniel Jones dices up Denver, so be it. I guess he's fucking goated. But give me the -1.5. If you want to take money line, that's fine too. Another NFL play I like. The Atlanta Falcons, +3.5, going up against the Vikings. J.J. McCarthy is not better than Michael Penix. I will take Michael Penix 10 times over J.J. McCarthy. I'll take Michael Penix throwing with his right arm instead of his left arm over J.J. McCarthy. I know McCarthy looked good against the Bears defense. The Bears are the Bears. The Bears are going to bear. J.J. McCarthy didn't do shit for 3 quarters against that Bears defense. Keep that in mind. Not saying the Falcons defense is anything special, but I'm saying Michael Penix Jr. an offense for Atlanta is 10 times better than the Vikings offense for Minnesota. And yes, I know Minnesota has Justin Jefferson. Doesn't matter because the Falcons have A.J. Terrell. So, not saying he's going to shut down Justin Jefferson. No. But he'll slow him down. Anyways, give me the Falcons +3.5 to go into Minnesota and cover the spread, if not win this fucking game. I think the Falcons could win that game. I think the J.J. McCarthy hype is fucking insanely overhyped. Personally, I don't think he's that great of a football quarterback. Sue me. He threw 143 yards and won a football game. I think that's the Bears defense. It's all in the Bears defense for the reason they lost that game. But yeah, enough of that. College football-wise, here's the plays I like. I told you I like Arkansas +7.5 against Ole Miss. Personally, the Ole Miss quarterback isn't cutting it. He makes too many mistakes, and this Arkansas defense is actually very fucking good. And I think Arkansas is a legit contender in the SEC. Not saying they're going to win the SEC by any means, but they are a fucking legit football team, and that defense looks good, and so does that offense. So give me Arkansas +7.5. I expect the Ole Miss quarterback to continue to make mistakes, even though he's at home. And Taylor Green is a more experienced quarterback for Arkansas, so give me them +7.5 with a better defense, better quarterback. I'll take that 9 times out of 10, especially if you're giving me a touchdown. I didn't walk through Oklahoma, actually. Oklahoma playing Temple. Like I said, Oklahoma will run up the fucking score. They don't give a shit. Like I said, they threw for 400 yards with John Mateer against Southern Illinois, and they blew them out by 32 points. I expect the same thing here against Temple. Temple does look decent, but they haven't played a real team yet, and they're about to go play Oklahoma. Give me Oklahoma -3 touchdowns and an extra point, or 3 touchdowns and 1 more point, -22. Yeah, I see a blowout, so I'm going to take them -21.5. They don't cover, whatever. And then Oregon -27.5 against Northwestern. Northwestern has been ass this year. They lost 23-3 to Tulane. So I expect Oregon to just continue to run up the score like they always do. We know Dan Lanning does not give a shit about who they're playing or being respectful about the score. Respectfully, they will blow you out of the water until he says stop. So I'm taking them -27.5. Oregon's looked good all year, and Northwestern has been anything but good. So give me them -27.5. These are the 5 spreads I like today, or I like this weekend. Take them on ProfitX. Use code Morrisbros if you need it, or if you need a sportsbook, use code Morrisbros for ProfitX. But like I said, even if you have a sportsbook, you should download ProfitX. You're going to save yourself money on the juice. You won't be paying that juice, which is nice. And then quick little recap of the slips. Oklahoma, John Mateer, Deion Burks, Keontez Lewis, all over their lines. And then Zachariah Branch over his line. Pittsburgh, Eli Holstein, Kenny Johnson, Raphael Williams over their lines. And Tanner Koziel on Friday night over his line against Colorado. And then we have the touchdown receiving yards for Arkansas and touchdowns for Eli Holstein. And then touchdown receiving yards for Tennessee. Here are the codes, once again, for Dabble and Sleeper. Code Morrisbros, as always. Get a free 25 on Dabble. Get a deposit match up to 100 on Sleeper. Get a free month of premium whenever you use my code on Sleeper, ProfitX, Dabble, you name it. If you can find an app that you can use our code on, we're going to give you a free month for it. Just shoot us a DM on Instagram of proof that you made that deposit. And then last recap. Season Pass, Monthly Pass. Season Pass 60% off. Monthly Pass 40% off. Code WEEK3 ends on Sunday. Everything that you need below will be linked below. As far as Season Pass, Monthly Pass, discount codes, Sleeper code, Dabble code, ProfitX. It'll all be below in the description, so make sure you check that out. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate you watching. NFL video will be out probably Saturday morning. So, thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.